Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where we are going to go back to my eyeshadow palette collection. It has been a long time, I know, and in case you don't know, I do have a playlist with all my previous installments of my eyeshadow palette collection videos. It has been a while because actually I have added a lot of different new brands to my collection. It's just that I kind of feel weird to show them to you in my collection videos if I have not tried them yet. So I was waiting to try a couple more new things. And also, of course, I still have older ones that I still haven't featured. So that's why it took me some time. And also, of course, I was really busy with other stuff. So anyway, stuff like this doesn't get old. It's always nice to have eyeshadow palette collection videos. So that's what we're going to do today. And just featuring another, I do believe, 11 more brands. And of course, there will be more videos in this series. Okay, sweetie, if you've just found me, I'm Leorah. I'm a makeup artist and stylist, and I love a makeup that is colorful. I love actually makeup that is neutral too, but I always try to put a twist on it because, you know, it makes it so much more special. And also, of course, colorful styling. So if you like that, then please feel free to check out my social media and my channel. Social media is linked in the description box in case you're interested. And then you can see what I'm doing on and off camera because I'm posting seriously a lot. So you can get some inspiration of maybe, you know, if you want to do some styling too or whatever, you know, or makeup looks, of course. Okay, sweetie, so that is that. And if you like all of that, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel because that would just make my day. Okay, so now let's go in with the next brands. And honestly, it is so cool because also one of the new brands I'm going to show you that is what I'm wearing today. Okay, but let us start with something like this. So this is the Lancome, and I ordered this from AliExpress. I know they also have their own website, and this is the Maelstrom palette. And this is how she looks. And this was actually a super pleasant surprise. I do believe I did a first impression with this palette here on my channel. Not 100% sure. I think that was in the time when I did not do makeup on camera. Because last year, if you have been here already, maybe you remember that I went through a couple of months where I just felt like so blocked I could not do makeup on camera. Was always posting videos and basically doing chatty reviews and telling you about the performance, but I just felt like I cannot, you know? And then at some point about a year ago I got back into it and it was fine, but that was strange. But anyway, I think this is from that time where I have a chatty review or a chatty first impression kind of a situation up on my channel. It was a very good experience, and I bought this because it was really affordable, buying it from AliExpress with free shipping. You know, it was, I want to say it was around $12 or something like that. It was really reasonable, and the performance was super nice. You do have one pressed glitter here, which is the red. Everything else is mattes and shimmers. It's mostly shimmers, I have to say, but the performance was really solid, and the color scheme with the purple and red and black and, you know, a little bit of neutrals is also really nice. All right, so for all of these things, I don't know what is still available or whatever, you know, take it or leave it. I'm going to try to link at least the brands in the description box. Okay, so let us also go to this one. This is the palette from DJ's Eunique Boutique. This is the Reason palette. I do believe that this was the holiday release of 2020. If I'm not completely wrong, I do believe so. And I thought it was so special because, first of all, you see here the Christmas decoration, you know, and I think this was so cool because it is not your stereotypical red and green and white palette kind of a thing, you know, because the palette actually looks like this. And I was like, yes girl, this is what I want. And the performance of this palette was also seriously good. This is how she looks. I do believe that I have a review of this palette up on my channel. I did several looks with this one for sure, and they came out stunning. So just saying, beautiful palette. I also do have a code with DJ. It's all listed in the description box. This is a beautiful palette. This is the only thing that I own as of right now from DJ's Eunique Boutique. She has a lot of other stuff going on, so please feel free to check out this brand. Really nice. Speaking for this palette, because that's all I know, super good. Then I also want to feature something that you've just probably recently, I'm just debating which video is going up first. in my head. Okay, so but I filmed, as of right now when I'm filming this video, I filmed already a review which you're probably going to see before this video. So this is that one. This is this palette from Angel's Touch Makeup Glamour. That is a brand based in the UK. And this is the I Love Me palette. And this I received in PR from the brand, and I have been really liking it. It's a very good formula. Please feel free to check out, of course, the review. I'm going to try to either link it or just go into my playlist for the reviews, because there you'll definitely find it. It's going to be one of the most recent ones. Okay, so this is the color scheme of the palette, and also I really like the shade names and everything. It's very nicely put together, everything. And of course, yeah, for the whole performance, please feel free to check out the video where I'm also going to show you 3 different looks that I did with the palette. Okay, so that was Angel's Touch Makeup Glamour. Let us also go to Leorah Cosmetics. This is a very new brand for me. First of all, customer service super good. I think I probably mentioned this already in my collected makeup haul when I showed you this palette for the first time. Back then I hadn't used it yet. So this is how it looks. It's basically like an iPad. I was like, what is this? Is this like a computer, laptop, something like this? And my son was like, well, it's an iPad, Mom. Yeah, so that's why it's also called Eye Pigmented. Now I get it. You know, I had not figured that one out, but you know, my son is very smart when it comes to stuff. I'm not. So anyway, this is how the palette looks. It is a super beautiful, colorful palette. There's also flat lace and swatches up on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram for this one. There might also be already a look or 2 up on my Instagram. I have not filmed with this, but the performance, especially of the shimmer shades, and most of the palette is shimmer shades, is really nice, you know? So please feel free to check out this brand. Also, again, customer service, super on top of things, really nice. Yeah, and this is the palette. There is also one that is more neutral in the same layout, also eye pigmented. This is the bright shades, and then there's also one that is, I think, called neutral shades, you know. So in case you're more into neutrals, then you can feel free to check out this brand for the more neutral palette. And I think there's also a bundle deal available, if I'm not completely wrong. Okay, the next brand I want to feature is Haunting Howl Beauty, and here this is the Wolf Shade eyeshadow palette. Back then when they came out with this palette, it was still called Angel Empire Cosmetics, but they kind of rebranded or like changed the name of the brand, and that is now Haunting Howl Beauty. I have featured this with I think 3 or 4 looks here on my channel. It is a super vibrant palette, actually really beautiful, super good performance. These shades pop on your eyes like you wouldn't believe. There is also there are grammar. There are 2 pressed glitters here in the palette. Besides that, it is mattes and shimmers. I received this palette from one of my besties. Thank you so much, sweetie. That was such a blessing and introduction for me personally to a new brand that I hadn't tried yet, and I really love the performance. Super nice palette from Haunting Howl Beauty. Then I also want to show you something where I still don't know how I got it, because this is from ColourPro Cosmetics. I still don't know how I got this. I reviewed this on my channel because it suddenly showed up in my PO box. This is the palette. This is the, oh, wait, what's the name? Berries Oh My 25A palette. The performance was out of this world stunning. The beautiful. I still don't know how I got it though, because they have my address for some reason and I didn't pay for this palette, and I don't think I got it in PR, because usually, what, like, first of all, why would I get this in PR, and also like, why? You know, so I don't know. This is a beautiful palette. I highly recommend for you to check out this brand. It is, as far as I remember, quite pricey, because I wanted to order this for myself. I think it was like $45 or something like this, and then I didn't, because I felt like with international shipping, this is gonna be this is gonna break my bank account, you know. And then a couple of days later, I received this. And I don't know, maybe it was one of my friends who has my address or something. Thank you for all the blessings. Whoever did this to me in the best way, thank you so much, because I really don't know. Yeah, so this is from ColourPro Cosmetics. Super highly recommend this palette in case you do like this color scheme. So beautiful. Okay, so let's also talk about Copacetic Cosmetics. I have 3 palettes from Copacetic, and actually right now I have the 4th one on the way to me, so I'm going to have to do an update at some point. I was just thinking, what was the first one I got? The Thin Ice palette. That was the first one, and you have to forgive me because they look a bit messy, because once I have swatched palettes, they just look like they've gone through battle. And yeah, so this is the Thin Ice palette, and I just so love this palette. It is of course a kind of monochromatic blue color scheme, which is also so nice together when you think about the theme of the palette and everything. It was also of course a winter palette, and also here customer service of course Copacetic Cosmetics, super nice. The owner is spectacular and really hard working on their products, and super nice creative stuff, like amazing, you know. So that is the Thin Ice palette. That was my first palette from Copacetic Cosmetics. I don't remember, was that in 2019, the winter release? Maybe, I think, you know. And shortly after that they came out with the Illusion palette, which looks like this. Also this one I really love. Now you can probably not see the shift in those shades here, because what you see, the bold colors are the mattes, and then these are kind of shifty shades that you can use beautifully as toppers on top of the mattes or on their own, and they're beautiful also as highlighters, and also of course as eyeshadows and toppers and whatever, you know. A beautiful palette. This was in collaboration with the Basket Case, right? I have a video about this up on my channel. I do believe also I have a video up on my channel for this. And then I also have the Butterfly Kisses palette. Now also this one looks a tiny little bit messy because actually the pressed glitter has spilled a tiny little bit, but never mind that. I'm just going to try to blow the glitter away, and this is how she looks. Also this is a monochromatic palette, super soft color scheme, really sweet, you know, for a really soft and romantic look. And yeah, Butterfly Kiss, I mean, that is also the whole concept of coming up with a theme and then translating it into colors and also into the packaging, you know. It is just so cohesive and so beautifully done. I hope you can see it because it's so gentle and so sweet, like a butterfly kiss, you know. Yeah. And now I have the fourth one on the way to me. Now I forgot the name. That is something Riverside. Is it Riverside palette? The latest one that they came out with. I ordered it the second it dropped on pre-order. I ordered it and it is now on the way to me, so you will definitely see that also here on my channel. Okay, so that is what I have from Copacetic Cosmetics. I also do have a Flakes quad. I think it's called the Victorian quad, but of course we're talking here about eyeshadow palettes, so that's why I didn't feature that one. Okay, so let us move on to another brand, and that is Deto Cosmetics. I have 5 palettes from Deto Cosmetics. I want to show you my favorites first, because that is, for example, the Brick Fun Owl palette, which is also messy because swatching, you know. This was spectacular. This was a beautiful palette, and I think this one and the other one that I'm showing you next were probably the most favorite palettes of that year for me. Now, was that last year? Maybe it was 2020, or was it 2019? I have no idea. Like, I got this palette and the other one basically soon after they dropped. So whenever they dropped, that was the year when I featured them here on my channel. I also do have a review up on both of them. This is the Neon palette. Let me just show you, because I combined these palettes for all the looks that I did. You know, these 2 palettes. Performance super nice, absolutely beautiful, stunning, because this is an all shimmer palette and this is an all matte neon palette. Pigmentation unbelievable, performance unbelievable, so good. Like Deto Cosmetics, beautiful. Okay, afterwards, because I was totally caught in the hype, in my love for Deto Cosmetics, I then also ordered this. Now, how was this called? The Heroine bundle? No, I don't know. It was some kind of a bundle. I forgot the original name now, but they came out with those Goddesses palettes. It was not Heroine. Was it the Goddesses palettes? Goddess bundle? I don't know. There's the Athena palette, the Aphrodite palette, and the Hera palette. Now, they came as a bundle, or you could also buy them separately, and I got myself the bundle. Okay, I have also reviewed these here on my channel. Also, these look a bit messy, because that's how life is. So this is the Hera palette. This is the darkest of all of them. Then you do have the Aphrodite palette that is a little bit more, oh wow, Such a messy. Okay, this is how she looks, a little bit more lovely and sweet and lighter, but also with nice blues here and also a nice teal shades here. And then you do have the Athena palette, which is probably the softest of all of them. I have used them not on their own. I do believe that I did mix them in each look. I hope I'm right. I don't remember anymore because it's so long ago. It's more than a year ago, but I do believe that that's what I did because I figured that it gives me the most options to work with these palettes. The performance of those was okay, but it was not on the level of these two, I have to say. Maybe it was just the color scheme that this one spoke more to me because it was more vibrant and more bold and more rich and all of that. But I mean, I knew that before I bought them because I saw the color scheme. So I don't know. I just felt that the performance of those was not my favorite, but this was definitely my favorite. You know, within one brand, just go figure. It could also have been just my problem, you know, because sometimes I'm just also not at my best. So let's also just get the human part into this, because that is definitely also something that can happen, you know, because I'm not a robot. Okay, then let's also talk about Cara Beauty, because I want to say it is 2 years ago already. I'm not sure. Maybe it's 1 year, maybe it's 2 years. I got the High Times collection. That was the first time I bought something that was cannabis themed. That was basically yeah, so anyway, that was the High Times collection consisting of 3 different palettes, and here we have the Purple Haze palette, and I also reviewed these on my channel here. This is the Orange Pop palette. I think I did 2 looks with each palette, and then the review look was like combining all of these 3 palettes. Back then I still had more time apparently. But look at this, so beautiful. In each palette you do have pressed glitters, just so you know. Also, by the way, I have to say, in these you also have pressed glitters in each one. Okay, with the Goddesses palette, I don't know, from Deto Cosmetics. Okay, so that was a good experience. Also, of course, this is not a super expensive brand, which makes it just so much nicer for me. And I really like the concept, the colorfulness, the vibrancy, everything was good. There was nothing where I would say like, wow, this doesn't work or whatever. Really nice. Now, the palettes that actually really dictated my morning today. It's actually 2. Okay, I started out my day trying this palette. This is from XX Revolution, a very recently launched palette. This is the X Envy palette, and this is how she looks. I ordered this on launch because I thought this is so beautiful, and I definitely want to give this brand a try. I've never tried XX Revolution before, and the comments or the reviews on the platform on Beauty, I think I ordered it on Beauty Bay, were all very good. So yeah, after one eye I took this off. You know that I love to love my makeup, and I really want to, and I'm not being lighthearted about it to just like say this is not good, you know. But sweeties, when I say I had to take off my eye look, I probably do not have to say more, you know, because I feel like, you know, give me something, I'll put on a makeup look, you know. But this, it pains me. It pains me. It doesn't pain me for the money because it was like not super expensive, but it pains me because I never want to talk negatively about a brand, and I also do not now want to talk negatively about a brand, because also different people feel it differently, have different likes and whatever, and maybe you will like this palette, you know. Maybe you want to try, maybe start with trying a smaller ones, because they also have like 6-pan palettes or something. Let me see how many shades I tried. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 shades and the pressed glitter, or 5 shades and the pressed glitter, because there's 1 pressed glitter here in the palette, this one here, and I had to take it off. It looked substandard, let's put it that way. Okay, so after the fact I had taken off that eye, and then I was like, what I'm gonna do super fast, I need to finish this look because I have 1.5 hours to get ready, and then I have to wake up my kids, and I had wasted 25 minutes of that time on this palette, you know. It breaks my heart to even say something like this, to waste waste time on a palette. And I also really don't want to call it wasting time because, you know, it is an experience and experiences always make you richer. Let's not forget that, you know, we have a wealth of experience that actually defines us, that makes us who we are. So this was an experience. It was not a waste of time. Okay, so let's just keep it positive. Okay, but what did I do after the fact when I like really quickly had to create an eye look so I can actually get through the day and, you know, film something for you guys? I actually used this palette, and this is my palette that I created with shades from CXC Beauty, and this is what she looks like. Let me just show you, because actually there is a tool on his website, Christian, that is the owner, on Christian's website, and you can of course create your own palette, and then you can also create the outer packaging and basically also call the palette whatever you want to call it, and he's going to create it for you, and it doesn't cost extra, you know. So I called this Fragments of My Soul, and I don't know, maybe you can ask Christian if you like this palette, which you're going to see in a second. Maybe you can ask him to create that palette. I'm sure he has it on file. If not, then Christian, please be in touch. So anyway, so this is what the palette looks like. The shade names are on the sleeve, and he also puts them exactly, the different shades exactly in the palette the way you created it in the tool. You know, let me just take off this thing from the mirror. So this is how the palette looks. This I created with the shades from his website. Okay, now this is a beautiful palette. If you ask me, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And this is basically what I created today, you know, with shades of the palette. I also used this one. That's why it is a little bit scratched up. This is what I used to create the liner, and it worked super well. This is my second look that I've done with my palette. It sounds like I have a collaboration palette, you know, it's not. It's just a custom made palette, but it is actually the first one that in my whole life I made for myself, a custom made palette like this. And I think it's just so beautiful, especially that silver. I tried the silver here that I have on my lid for the first time today. It is spectacular. Let me just give you the name of that silver. Wait, how am I turning this? That is Palladion, something like this. Can't read it. But anyway, beautiful. It is such a beautiful silver, and maybe you know, if you've been watching me recently, that I've been gushing about palettes that have a silver in them. So of course I did it too, you know. And I also have to say that this shade here is kind of a gold shimmer, but it is not. It is more like an old gold, you know, like an antique gold, and it is also super beautiful. And also the other shades are really pretty. So yeah, please feel free to check out his website, because yeah, so nice. And also I do have a blush palette and a highlighter. The highlighter and also the blush that I'm wearing today is also from Christian. So yeah, feel free to check it out. He also offered me a discount code in case you're interested. It is also listed in the description box. Okay, sweeties, happy shopping. Anyway, these are all the brands that I wanted to feature for today. Of course, there are going to be more videos. Maybe I will at some point also show you things that I have not used yet, but I kind of feel like it makes more sense if I can give you, even though it is not a review or mini reviews or something, that I just give you a tiny little bit of an impression that I have of the palettes. You know, it kind of makes sense, and I think it makes it more personal and nicer. So let me know what you think, and of course check out the brands that I featured today. A lot of beautiful things here, and I'm so blessed to have all of them in my life. Some of them are true blessings, some of them are experiences, and this is how life is, you know. Nothing bad about it. That's just how life is. Okay, sweeties, this is it for today. Of course, feel free to check out the description box with all my links to social media, and of course with all my discount codes with the different brands, with also the links to the brands that I have featured today, and of course also my makeup of today. In case I don't have room for my makeup, it's going to be in a pinned comment. Of course, you will find it somewhere. Okay, besides that, of course, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so by now, and I shall see you here super soon for my next video. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.